What's up, guys? Welcome to the next episode of Live Podcast. Today we have a very special guest, guy who says self hypnosis is the key to everything. His name is Tyson. He has growing eyes in his profile. He talks about mental alchemy, and his pinned posts say, "I will have my vengeance in this life or next." If you want to unlock the darkest mysteries of the mind and reality, this episode is for you. Tyson, thank you so much for coming on this show. How are you doing today?
I'm very good, G. Thank you for having me on your show. I appreciate it. It's been a long time in the making, and I'm ready to go. What you got for me?
All right, let's start. So, my first question is, Tyson, who are you?
Well, my name is Tyson. I live in England, and lots of people call me the Alchemist. To some people, I'm just a video editor. To other people, I'm a creative director. I live in many realms in different parts of social media, but most people know me as the video editor for the Tate Brothers previously. But my own personal life, I used to grow up, I used to be a footballer, retired from football, and I started developing into different roles of business. And mainly what I got a little bit of knowing for was editing for people on social media. And one of my biggest clients was obviously Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate, which got me a lot of influence and power on social media. And then throughout that, I've started off my own brand, which is trying to help young G's grow up, learn how to control their mind, and learn how to bend reality to their own will so they can choose what they want to do with their life. That sum it up nicely for you.
Why do you say self-hypnosis is the key?
The reason I say this and the reason I try and push the message of self-hypnosis is because we program our own reality. Everything around us is a projection of our subconscious. And a lot of people aren't in control of their subconscious because when you grow up, you're told what to think, you watch TV, you go to school, you got your parents telling you how to be, which is fine, that's totally normal, but we all have different versions of that. And then we get to the teenage years and you're all about society, fitting in, girls, boys, whatever you're into, and society will then program your mind because you're not aware of what the subconscious is, you're still going through life. And if you can consciously wake up at some point, just like Neo in the Matrix where he wakes up, you then realize that all the beliefs you've grown up with, everything you think isn't actually your thoughts. It's been given to you and you are now thinking what society wants you to think. And most people, when this happens, it's called an awakening. You start to realize the world around you is manufactured. You start to realize your thoughts are not your own, especially if you've struggled with your thoughts or you know people that struggled with their thoughts. You begin to realize that the music was hypnotic, and if you weren't listening to the correct music, you might have went down a certain way in life. The movies you watch, things online you watch, the creators, the influencers, all of a sudden you realize everything around you is programming your mind. So what self-hypnosis is taking that power back, taking full responsibility for your life, choosing your own programming, choosing what you consume every day, consciously, never mindlessly scrolling with intent, picking channels to watch, picking movies to watch with a certain agenda and a certain aim. If you wanted to be a bodybuilder, for example, you would consume that type of content, fitness, nutrition, Arnold Schwarzenegger films, all that type of stuff that would push you down that path of being the best bodybuilder possible. But most people, they don't even know this exists. So they're just going through life hoping to become the bodybuilder, but yet they're consuming cat videos on Instagram and they're consuming, naked girls on the internet, and they're getting distracted and they're eating junk food and they're just in this Swiss whirlpool of distraction when actually you could take all that power back. And self-hypnosis is the key because when you start to program your own mind, you can then project your own reality.
And what does the lightning bolt in your bio mean?
The lightning bolt in my bio just simply represents the power coming down to you. So like I've said, taking that power for yourself. There's power in the universe. It's everywhere. Everything is energy. Everything is frequency. And the lightning bolt represents you raising your hand and taking the power, the energy of the universe, and taking it for yourself and taking control of your own life.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that is strong start, Tyson. If you are already feeling these energies, smash the like button right now. So next question is, I want to talk about still this. You say self-hypnosis is the key. why you say self-hypnosis is the key. Why is this more powerful than willpower or motivation?
Because motivation is very fleeting. It comes and goes. You can watch something and it inspire you. So part of getting motivated and watching something motivational is part of self-hypnosis. You should choose to watch stuff that inspires you if you are going to watch or listen to music that inspires you. But it's not enough to simply just consume. You then need to act as if, you then need to speak as if you are becoming that. So when you watch a motivational video and it gets you feeling like you can go to the gym and you can conquer the world, that feeling will disintegrate away. That feeling is just dopamine hitting your mind and you're feeling chemicals flow through that makes you feel like, yes, I can conquer the world. But just like any other chemical reaction, it will filter out and come down. What self-hypnosis does and why it's more important than motivation is it keeps you on the track of that goal. It keeps you going because once you've watched the motivational video, you don't just end it there. You then go on to affirm to yourself what it is you're wanting. You're then going to start acting, whether it's with yourself or an alter ego, you're going to start acting like that person in the videos you were watching. And then you embody the energy of someone that's achieving the goal.
That is mind blown. If you want to reprogram your brain, hit the like right now. So, next question is, what does normal day look like for you?
There is no normal days when you're super busy, but I would say usually when I wake up, I will won't touch any technology for at least the first half an hour of my day. I'll wake up, have some water, and I will go downstairs, stroke my dog, say hello to the dog, and then I will just affirm to myself how my day is going to go. I've usually already got a list from the night before as to what I want to achieve the next day. So before I go to bed the night before, I'll have a little list of things I want to do the next day, and then my mind's at peace and I can go to bed. When I wake up, I come downstairs, say hello to the dog, think about what I'm grateful for, just a little bit of gratitude, and allow myself to wake up, get some sunlight in my eyes, open the curtains, maybe sit in the back garden with my shirt off and let the sun hit the body, and just allow myself to affirm again what my mission is, what it is I'm doing. It's not over the top. It's not nothing too crazy, but that's how I start my day off. Just relax, breathing, getting into the body, and being humble and grateful for what I've got, and then going off on the mission. And then the rest of the day just depends on what I've got lined up. So meetings, videos to edit, clients to work with, some podcasts to hop on and share some knowledge with. It just depends. Obviously, at some point, I'm going to go to the gym. At some point, I'm going to make some food. So it totally depends. Every day is a little bit different, but generally always busy. And I feel like it's always important to be busy doing something that aligns with what you want to become. You know, there's a difference between being busy and just doing nonsense and being busy and actually going in the direction of your goal. And that's always my intention, is to wake up with a list, tick it off 1 to 5, the most important things of the day.
How do you use self-hypnosis every single day?
So it's become second nature to me now. But when I was younger, I had to really work on it. I had to really try and remember not to get distracted, not to, become too distracted by what other people were doing when I was younger with my friends and stuff like that. But now, self-hypnosis for me is, like I say, waking up, affirming what I'm going to do, and acting like all the goals that I've got, all the goals I currently want to achieve, acting as if they're already completed. So what would I do if they were already completed? And I walk the steps. And if I've got a goal that I need to complete soon, I'll reverse engineer it and start to do it that way. But if there was a more difficult goal, so say, for example, I wanted to, develop my body, develop a really chiseled 8-pack, for example, for like bodybuilder, a 6-pack, then I would consume that type of content, find creators that look the way I want to look, consume their content, look at their energy, how they move, how they talk, how they walk, and I would start to embody that and then do the work necessary. So I watch what they do, I watch the work that needs to be done, I do the work that needs to be done, and I would act as if I'm completing the goal. You blend all that together with the right music, the right media, the right mindset, and the goal is inevitable. It will be done. It will be complete. The only way you fail in that scenario is if you break that thought pattern with distractions. If all I'm thinking about is the goal, and I'm doing that, and I'm eating right, and I'm building nutrition, and I'm working out, the goal is inevitable. The universe will move out the way, and I will complete the goal. The only way I lose sight of the goal is if I break that pattern, I step off that frequency, and I become distracted.
That's why we are doing this podcast. It was a good answer. Like truly, wow. This is a good answer. So right now I wanna talk about your ex, your Twitter profile. So your pinned post say, I will have my vengeance in the life or next. And there is the dark funeral photo with the name Baby Max Tyson. What is this? What is the hidden story behind this mysterious post?
Yeah, so it's a pinned post for me personally because that post and that picture is my strongest anchor. So in the inner architect, in one of the courses I have, I teach people about anchors, powerful anchors that can either motivate you or trigger a memory or trigger an emotion in you that you can use to your advantage. And what I've pinned there is my most powerful anchor. So a few years ago, I lost one of my children. One of my sons died. He was called Maximilian Tyson. And obviously it was a very difficult moment in my life. But even in that difficult moment, as I held him in my arms, I remembered thinking to myself, there is no way I will live an average life. There is no way I will succumb to life. The pressures, the difficulty, the trauma. I will not give up. I will not give in. And I will live a life because now he doesn't get to. He gets to live it through me spiritually, but he doesn't get that opportunity anymore. So it would be disrespectful of me to feel sorry for myself, to give up, to let go. So that is my anchor. So that was a picture of the day. I had to go carry his coffin down at the funeral home. I had to walk down the aisle and hold my baby boy in my arms and walk down. And that reminds me of the day that I had to be strong to do that. I had to be strong for my family and lead. And so I always use it as my anchor. If there's ever a dark moment, maybe business doesn't go well. This is part of life. There's ups and downs in life. I remember that I came through the hardest thing any man could possibly go through. I would rather be stabbed with 1,000 knives than to go through that type of experience again. But I came through it, which means anyone watching this, you can go through anything as well. Whatever you're going through right now, it might be incredibly tough. It might feel like the worst thing ever, but take it from Tyson, you can get through it. If you just don't give up and you twist the perception that it's meant for you, that you are the hero of your own life, that you can find a way to get out of the darkness and that you can change the future of your life. If you just don't give up, you can seek the light again and change the trajectory of your life. So that's the message. That's the story behind it. And now that people know the story behind it, they can even use that anchor that I've created for them. There is no harder pain than losing a child, especially having to hold them in your arms. So that means if I can do it, so can you.
That's heavy stuff. That's so heavy stuff. Guys, if this is give you cheers, smash like and comment vengeance below. So the next question is you post April 6th. What is really going to happen on April 6th? And why this alien emoji? Are you hitting something big?
Yeah, so I was listening to a podcast when I was in the car traveling somewhere, and I heard someone talking about on April 6th how there's potentially going to be some type of an awakening on the alien agendas and stuff like that. So obviously Trump's mentioned it a few times about Space Force and stuff like that. So I'd heard that they were maybe going to release some files that was talking about aliens and being in contact with outer space and stuff like that. So it's just a little bit of a fun post to interact with people to see if anyone else had heard it. But yeah, just a little fun probe. And like I say, there's a lot of stuff getting spewed out on the internet all the time about what people think about spiritual and alien agendas. And yeah, we'll see when we get there. Maybe nothing will happen. Maybe a spaceship will come down. But the most important thing I always try and teach in my group in Tyson's Alchemy on Telegram is that no matter what's going on in the world, some of it's entertaining, some of it's completely nonsense. As long as you're still focused on your goals, it doesn't matter. That alien can come down and it can whiz around and fly around. But if you're still aligned with your goals and your beliefs and looking after yourself and your family, you're doing your best, you're doing what you need to do. Let it be, move on, and we can crack on.
And guys, I think this episode is going to be after April 6th. So please comment what happened because I'm curious too. Comment what happened is April 6th. So my next question is you post life change really adapts when you learn to observe the observer. What does cryptic message really mean?
Oh, the observer simply means if you pause for a moment, instead of talking and thinking and moving and acting constantly, If you take a little moment to yourself, quiet your mind, take a deep breath in, and just sit with who you are, where you are for a moment, you'll be able to look at the world slightly differently. You start to observe the world around you. You start to observe your thoughts. Once you can learn to meditate properly, you actually learn that even the thoughts coming into your mind aren't always your own. Like I've said before, previously, people are programmed from birth. Thoughts come in. You can learn to treat it like traffic passing by. So you can learn to sit and observe your thoughts, and you are sitting at the side of the road, and your thoughts are coming in. Your thoughts are like cars going up and down on the road. You can look at them, you can hear them, but they don't need to be you. You're observing them. So you have become the observer. You are observing the thoughts and process of your mind.
Mhm.
This also means, and this is the important part, this is the good part, this is the part that people miss. Those cars going by, which are your thoughts, some of them are really important and useful. So if you're paying attention, you will see some creative ideas drive by. Yes, you'll see some negative ones sometimes. Yes, you'll see someone's talking about confidence. Every now and again, if you're paying attention, you'll see a really good, clever idea go by. And it's all in here. All the magic, all the alchemy, all the knowledge you'll ever need, it's already in there because you live in the universe. It's all out there to grab. So when you observe the observer, you can then pluck out what you need, the answers you need, and you can choose to go with that instead of just being distracted by them all. The world is full of energy and mysterious distractions everywhere, but there are answers in the trees,
Yes.
in the breeze, in the skies, in the birds, everything around you. There are answers if you can learn to quiet your mind and just pay attention. No one wants to pay attention. The answers are within. Observe the observer and you will see.
That's true. So observe, bro. If this is bro your mind, smash the like so more guys can wake up. Next question. You post, we always call each other good fellas with that photo. What does mysterious good fellas reference really mean? Is there a hidden circle or story behind it?
Yeah, so that's a picture of me with the Tape Brothers. It's a GTA edit. So shout out to Rocco, part of my editing team. He's in the Tyson's Alchemy group. He edited that picture, so I posted it. So shout out to him. The Goodfellas is from the film Goodfellas. I don't know if you've ever seen that film, but it's a really good film. And it's obviously about a group of men that they're aligned together and they have the same beliefs. They have loyalty to each other. Now, I'm not saying I'm a Tate brother and I live in their world exactly, because I don't. I have my own beliefs and my own personal alignment with my own goals. But when I've spoken to them, when I've worked with them, when we're in the same vicinity, we align with each other, we trust each other, and we have loyalty towards each other. And that's what a good fella is. You would say, he's a good fella, he's trustworthy, I can believe in him. Now, what they do in another realm somewhere else with anyone else has got nothing to do with me. But when we're together, they have 100% respect for me, and I respect them. So that's what a good fella is.
Wow, nice, very nice. So right now I wanna talking about your career as top editor. You work
Okay.
as a professional video editor and you know as a top editor. How does your editing career connect with self-hypnosis?
Well, it connects really well. It's what makes me creative. So my mind was always consuming the content. So growing up, my father just consumed music and films, which is where my self-hypnosis came from, because my father would watch all this content just for entertainment, just watch it. Oh, wow, that's cool, that's fun. But I grew up watching it as a kid, and I was watching the superhero films, and I was watching the Rocky films thinking, I could do that. I could be like that. I could train like that. I could go running like
Yeah.
Rocky like that. I started extracting everything out of it. So then when I became an editor, all those creative ideas, they were already there. They were already implanted, because I'm always running those around my head with my self-hypnosis thoughts and affirmations. So when it came to editing for clients, I already got all these cool movie ideas and these cool soundtracks playing in my head. So when I started working with the Tate brothers, it was really, really easy, because they live that way anyway. Their content is fighting, training, energy, driving fast cars, making money. So all those music and montages in my head of all the films I ever watched, it just came to me like that. So I had endless creativity, which means I could never run out of ideas. I've got 1,000 notes on my phone that's got endless ideas. And so it aligns together with all the thoughts and positivity that I had, where I can make positive edits for my clients.
Yeah. So yeah, my next question is, you are now as a top editor. Who do you edit videos for? Who are some big names or clients you working with?
Well, I've worked with lots of different clients online. The biggest one is, like I said, it's probably the Tate Brothers. They're the most famous. I've edited for a Playboy model. I've edited for clients in the past. Sartorial shooter. I've edited for some UK rap artists. I've edited for different music artists and real estate agents. But like I said, the most famous online one is probably the Tate Brothers. When I first started working with Andrew, I was sending edits out to lots of different people to see if they liked them, and mainly people in the UK where I was from, just to see if they liked it and shared it. And a lot of people in the music industry were sharing them. A lot of people in the celebrity industry were sharing them. I remember there was a girl, I can't remember her name, she was on one of the famous shows on Netflix, like a real estate program on Netflix, and I remember reaching out to her, and I just created a short little clip of like 10 seconds, like a little montage for her. And I remember she liked that one and shared that one, so she didn't become a client, but that got me a lot of influence because people would then reach out and want some edits from that. So that was my technique when I was starting out, was just to give a lot of value to people. But the biggest client I've had is definitely the Tate Bros.
Big client. If this is interesting, smash the like right now. So next, someone told me there is a photo where is Andrew Tate and Justin Tate in the desert, and you are in that photo. Is this true?
Of us three in the desert together? Well, there's a picture of us in Dubai, and there are deserts in Dubai, so it could be true. It could be very true.
Do you know Andrew Tate personally?
I speak to Andrew most days, but he lives in a different country. Obviously, I live in the UK, so when I travel over there, we speak, but I speak to him online most days. But he has a personal friend group. I don't pretend to be part of his personal friend group. We've developed a working relationship together, and we have a lot of respect for each other. And if he needs anything, he reaches out to me. So I would say I know him a lot better than most people do. We've had a lot of personal conversations together, but I'm not going to pretend that I'm very close and personal with him. That'd be disrespectful of me to just make that up. But I do know him a lot better than people think of who he is. So yes.
Tate in the desert. If this is the moment you'll be waiting for, smash the like and comment Tate below. So what is this faster way for a young guy to start using self-hypnosis today?
Well, first off, we need to reframe the word fastest, because a lot of people want the fastest way to any type of success. The easiest way, I'll give you, the easiest way to begin using self-hypnosis is to simply switch your perception from negative to positive in everything you can do. No matter what's going on in your life right now, maybe your Wi-Fi isn't working, maybe your girlfriend's falling out of you, maybe you don't have enough money. Switch the perception and switch it as an opportunity. So if you've not got a lot of money right now, you've got an opportunity to work hard and go make some. You've got an opportunity to practice being humble. Switch your perception of absolutely everything, even the stuff that would be perceived as negative. Like I said earlier when I was speaking about losing my son, I had to switch that perception that I was going through it for a reason, that I could use this as power. Everything can be used. Everything is energy. We are both just molecules floating through space on a rock, floating around, right?
That's true.
So nothing truly matters, only what you put into it matters. So every meaning in life to you personally comes from you. So you need to start by switching the perception of everything going on in your life as positive. And that's the first step. Once you do that, everything else will open up.
Yeah. The last question is, if you could tell every young guy listening to this podcast just one powerful thing, what it be and why?
If I could tell every young man watching this just one powerful message, it would be, and it's a bit of a long one, but you do not need to have all the answers to your life right now. Everything on social media and everyone in the world wants you to be the final deal now. They want you to be complete man now, and it's not the way life works. If you do not give up, if you believe in yourself, if you keep the goals in the front of your mind, and if you act and work hard, you can achieve anything you want in this life. All the people that you admire online, all the people that have success, they weren't given that success. They had to work for it. No one gave it to them, and they had to go through multiple hurdles that you didn't see, multiple failures that you didn't see to get the success that they wanted. So my personal message to any man watching this is to never give up. Keep the goals in your
Yeah,
mind no
this
matter
is-
what happens. Use self-hypnosis to flip the perception and keep everything working for you and keep working towards your goals. And if you don't give up, life proves to you from all the other stories that you will make it.
So this was a pure goal, Tyson. If this episode helped you, smash the like button, comment your biggest takeaway, and subscribe for more Halo Talk. Tyson, thank you, brother. Stay hypnotic, stay unstoppable, and I see you on the next one, guys.
Thank you very much,
Peace.
Steve. Thank you very much for having me, Jay. Appreciate it.